Welcome to Haseeb English Podcast. Let's sit back, take a breath, and start our English talk with something that might surprise you. You see, the students who struggle the most with English, they're not beginners. No, it's not the people who just started learning. It's not the ones who are learning the alphabet or basic words. The ones who struggle the most are often the students who already speak well. Yes, really. They can have simple conversations. They can understand movies. They can read books and talk to friends in English. But here's the shocking part. Even with all this, they stop growing. Their English stays the same. Month after month. Maybe even year after year. And they feel stuck. This happens to so many English learners. It's like hitting a wall. Have you felt this? Today, we are going to talk about this problem. This is one of the biggest challenges in language learning. Experts call it the intermediate plateau. But I like to call it something else. I call it the comfort zone prison. Let me explain. This comfort zone prison is not a real prison with walls and guards. But it is just as powerful. It's a place where your brain feels relaxed, too relaxed. You feel like you're doing okay. You feel like you've learned enough. So you stop trying to grow. You stop pushing yourself. And that's when progress stops. Today, I want to help you understand why this happens. I also want to give you some simple, powerful ideas to break free. Because you don't have to stay stuck. You can grow again. You can speak better English, more natural English, more confident English. But first, I want to ask you something. Tell me in the comments, where are you listening from? And what time is it in your country right now? I love knowing that we are all connected, people from all over the world, learning together. You are not alone in this journey. We are one big Haseeb English Podcast family. Now, let me share something really interesting. Scientists studied this problem at a big, famous university. They watched thousands of language learners over many years. They found something surprising. The human brain has a built-in problem when it comes to learning languages. This problem becomes stronger when your English gets better. Strange, right? So what is this problem? It's called cognitive ease. That's a fancy word. Let me explain it in a simple way. Cognitive ease means your brain finds something easy, so it stops paying attention. It relaxes. It goes into autopilot mode, kind of like a car driving itself. Here's an example. Think about learning how to drive. The first time you sat in a car, you were nervous. You paid attention to everything. Your hands were tight on the wheel. You looked at every mirror. You checked every signal. But now, after driving for years, you don't even think about it. You just drive. Your brain says, "This is easy. I don't need to focus anymore." And that's the same thing that happens with English. At first, every word is new. Every grammar rule is strange. Your brain works hard. It pays attention. You grow fast. But after some time, you reach the intermediate level. Things become automatic. You can say, "How are you?" or "I'd like a coffee, please," without thinking. You can watch Netflix with subtitles. You can send emails in English. And your brain says, "Good job. You're done. Now relax." But here's the problem. Language learning needs focus. It needs attention. It needs a little bit of challenge. When your brain relaxes too much, you stop learning. That's when you hit the plateau. Let me tell you about someone called Maria. Maria has been learning English for 3 years. She watches shows. She talks to her coworkers. She reads books in English. But one day, she notices something. She hasn't improved in a long time. Her English feels the same as it did 6 months ago. She uses the same words. She makes the same mistakes. She still struggles with the same sounds. Maria has entered the comfort zone prison. And here's the thing. Maria is not alone. Studies show that more than 70% of English learners get stuck here. That's 7 out of every 10 people. They stop growing because they feel too comfortable. So why does this happen? Why do good students stop improving? The answer is in how the brain works. When you first learn English, your brain is like a curious detective. It listens closely. It looks for patterns. It tries to understand how everything works. But once your brain starts to understand the basics, it becomes efficient. It takes shortcuts. It guesses words. It stops thinking deeply. It's not being lazy, it's actually being smart. But smart doesn't always mean better. Because when your brain stops analyzing, it also stops learning. It creates what scientists call fossilized errors. That means your mistakes become a habit. They stay with you forever. Unless you do something to change. So the big question is, how do you break free? How do you escape the comfort zone prison? Here's the answer. You need to make English difficult again. Not too hard. Just hard enough. Hard enough that your brain wakes up again. I call this the growth zone. It's the space just outside your comfort zone. It's where real learning happens. But here's the twist. Most people avoid this zone. Why? Because it feels uncomfortable. It feels scary. It feels like too much work. But this discomfort is where the magic lives. Let me give you some practical tips to enter the growth zone. These are simple, powerful, and they work. Tip number 1, change your input. What does that mean? It means change what you watch, read, and listen to. If you always watch movies with subtitles, try turning the subtitles off. If you always read easy books, try reading a newspaper or a blog post for adults. If you listen to slow English podcasts, try listening to something made for native speakers. Challenge your brain. Wake it up. Give it something new. Even if you don't understand everything, that's okay. That's part of growing. Tip number 2, focus on your weak spots. Here's what most learners do. They practice what they are already good at. If reading is easy, they read more. If writing is easy, they write more. But this keeps you safe. It keeps you in the comfort zone. Instead, find what's hard for you. Is it speaking? Then speak more. Is it listening? Then practice more listening. Face your fears. That's how you grow. Tip number 3, use the mistake hunting method. This one is powerful. Take your phone. Record yourself speaking for 2 minutes. Talk about anything, your day, your dreams, your favorite movie. Then listen to the recording. Write down the mistakes you hear. Maybe you said he go instead of he goes. Maybe you used the wrong tense. Now you know what to work on. It feels strange to hear yourself speak. But it helps so much. Because now your brain is paying attention again. Tip number 4, add complexity to simple things. Let me explain. If you always talk about your hobbies in a simple way, try saying more. Don't just say, I like music. Say, I enjoy listening to classical music because it helps me relax after a stressful day. Use new words. Try longer sentences. Make your brain work again. This helps you grow. Now, let me teach you a useful English phrase. The phrase is, step out of your comfort zone. It means doing something that feels hard or scary because it helps you grow. For example, you can say, I decided to step out of my comfort zone and speak English with a stranger. Or, I stepped out of my comfort zone by joining a speaking club. This phrase is perfect for your English journey. Keep it in your mind. Say it out loud. Use it in conversations. When you step out of your comfort zone, you enter the growth zone. And that's where the breakthroughs happen. Let me tell you something amazing that brain scientists discovered. They found that when people suddenly get better at something, their brains change fast. It's like a city. At first, you build the big roads. These roads help you move around the city. In language learning, these roads are basic words and grammar. But to become fluent, you need to build small roads too. Little streets. Shortcuts. Bridges. These come when you practice again and again. And then one day, boom, everything connects. You say something that used to be hard, and it feels easy. You understand a movie scene without thinking. You speak with confidence. This is called a breakthrough moment. And here's the most important thing. These breakthroughs don't happen slowly. They come suddenly. But only if you keep practicing during the slow times. Even when it feels like you're not growing. Even when it feels boring. Keep going. Because something is happening inside your brain. You just can't see it yet. Now, I want to share 3 advanced strategies that can help you grow faster. Ready? Let's go. Now, here are 3 advanced strategies to help you grow faster and break through the intermediate plateau. These tips are simple, but powerful. Strategy 1. The native speaker shadow technique. This strategy is fun and very effective. Here's how it works. Find a video or podcast of a native English speaker. Make sure the speaker is talking about something you enjoy, maybe travel, technology, food, or sports. First, just listen. Try to understand the topic. Then listen again, but this time, do something different. Try to speak along with the speaker. Yes, at the same time. Copy their voice. Copy their rhythm. Copy their pauses. Match their emotions. Match their speed. You don't have to understand every word. The goal is not perfect understanding. The goal is copying the music of English. This trains your brain to hear natural patterns. It helps your mouth learn the natural rhythm of English sentences. It might feel difficult at first. That's okay. Just do 1 or 2 minutes a day. Slowly, you'll feel your speaking improve. You'll start sounding more natural, more fluent. It's like singing along with your favorite song, but in English. And over time, your English voice becomes clearer, smoother, and more confident. Strategy 2. Escape the translation trap. This one is very important. Many intermediate learners still translate in their heads. They think in their own language first. Then, they translate that sentence into English. But this creates a delay. It makes speaking slower. And often, it makes your English sound unnatural. Here's the truth. Fluent speakers don't translate. They think directly in English. So how do you train your brain to stop translating? It's simple. Start thinking in English. Even about small things. For example, when you brush your teeth in the morning, say to yourself, I'm brushing my teeth now. When you're cooking lunch, think, I'm chopping vegetables. Now I'm boiling rice. You don't have to speak out loud. Just think in English. Talk to yourself during the day, about anything. It might feel funny at first, but over time, your brain will get used to it. You'll start forming thoughts in English. And that's a big step toward fluency. Strategy 3. The mistake celebration method. This one might surprise you. Most students are afraid of mistakes. They feel embarrassed. They feel shy. But mistakes are not bad. In fact, mistakes are good. Yes, really. Mistakes are signs that you're learning. They show you where to focus. So instead of feeling sad or scared when you make a mistake, celebrate it. Say to yourself, "Great! I found something I can improve." Here's what you can do. Keep a notebook just for mistakes. Every time you make a mistake, in speaking, in writing, or in listening, write it down. Then, every week, read that list. Practice fixing those mistakes. Maybe you keep forgetting the S in he goes. Write it down. Practice saying it the right way. Maybe you say, "I am agree," instead of, "I agree." Write it down. Say the correct version many times. This small habit creates big results. It makes your brain active again. It helps you fix old habits. And slowly, your English becomes cleaner, sharper, and more natural. Mistakes are not the enemy. They are your best teacher. Celebrate them. Learn from them. And you'll grow faster than ever before. Now let's talk about something even deeper. Let's talk about your mindset. Because breaking the plateau is not only about techniques. It's also about how you think. Smart people, people who study how learning works, talk about something called a growth mindset. What does that mean? A growth mindset means you believe that you can improve. You believe that practice helps. You believe that hard work brings results. This is powerful. Because many learners develop something called a fixed mindset. That means they think, "I'm just not good at English." Or, "I will never understand native speakers." Or, "My pronunciation is bad, and it will always be bad." These thoughts are dangerous. They create fear. They stop you from trying. They keep you inside the comfort zone. But here's the truth. No one is born fluent in English. Every native speaker was once a baby who couldn't say a single word. Every fluent speaker was once a beginner, just like you. Everyone goes through difficult stages. Everyone hits a plateau. The people who grow are the people who keep going. They believe they can improve, even if it's slow. Even if it's hard. Even if they make mistakes. And that belief gives them power. That belief becomes fuel. It helps them practice again. It helps them try new things. It helps them push through the hard days. So today, I want you to say this to yourself. I am learning. I can improve. I will grow. Say it out loud if you can. Because the way you speak to yourself matters. Your words become your reality. Let me share one last idea with you. It's called the compound effect. This idea comes from the world of money and finance. But it works perfectly for English too. In finance, compound interest means your money grows more and more over time. You save a little today. You save a little more tomorrow. And slowly, your money grows. At first, it looks small. But after a few years, it becomes big. Because the growth adds to itself. Now think about English learning. Every time you learn a new word. Every time you speak to someone in English. Every time you fix a mistake. You are making a small investment in your English brain. At first, it feels slow. You don't see much change. But over time, these small efforts start to grow. Your vocabulary gets bigger. Your grammar feels more natural. Your listening becomes faster. And one day people say, "Wow, your English is so good." But they don't see the quiet work you did behind the scenes. They don't see the 10 minutes of reading you did every day. They don't see the mistakes you celebrated and corrected. They don't see the times you stepped out of your comfort zone. But all of that was building something big. Something powerful. Something strong. Even when you didn't see it. So don't worry if progress feels slow. Don't worry if you don't see big results right now. Just keep going. Keep showing up. Keep practicing. Because something is growing inside you. Even if you can't see it yet. Now, I have a challenge for you. Something simple. But powerful. This week, choose one thing that makes you uncomfortable in English. It can be small. It can be simple. But it should make your brain work. Maybe it's calling a restaurant and speaking English on the phone. Maybe it's commenting on a YouTube video in English. Maybe it's talking to yourself in the mirror for 5 minutes. Maybe it's sending a voice message to a friend. Pick one thing. Just one. And do it this week. Write it down. Then take action. Because that one step outside your comfort zone, that one small challenge, could be the beginning of your next breakthrough. You are not stuck. You are growing. You are not finished. You are just starting a new chapter. This is your English journey. And your journey is full of exciting moments, surprises, and breakthroughs. Remember, every expert was once a beginner. Every fluent speaker had hard days. What made the difference? They kept going. They danced with the plateau. They didn't give up. And now it's your turn. Keep stepping out of your comfort zone. Keep waking up your learning brain. Because your breakthrough is waiting, closer than you think. You've got this. This is the Haseeb English Podcast, helping you grow your English skills one day, one word, one small brave step at a time.